Hey, good morning everyone. It's me, Eric Kimball. It's going to be a beautiful day. I'm out here early. The sun is just coming up in the east, and I have used my wheel hoe to cultivate my 2 rows of pre-industrial potato mound plantings. I've made 2 previous videos about this technique, and they have proven to be somewhat popular, more so than most of my videos. So I want to stay up to date with this, keep you informed through to harvest, and let you see how this is progressing. I have wheel hoed the 2 potato rows this morning already, and I'm going to give these a 3rd hilling. Now, I don't know if a 3rd hilling is really necessary, but I'm going to do it anyways, and I'll just show you how I'm going to be doing that, because it's going to be a little bit different than how I've hilled before with a hoe. And I want to say that these plants are looking spectacular. And there's no potato beetles yet. I had a neighbor down the road, down in the valley, lower elevation, stop by, and we talked gardening for a while, and he said he's got the potato beetles, and he's picking them off twice a day. And I have not seen one. So I have a little bit different climate up here. Maybe that's part of the reason. Whatever the case, we're having a great crop here so far. You don't count your chickens before they hatch when it comes to gardening and farming, but so far so good. Now I'm going to show you how I'm hilling these up, and I'm going to show you what's coming up with these potatoes, which is pretty exciting to me. So let's begin with a big perspective here. You can see the 2 rows of mounds, pre-industrial potato mounds, or we could call them peasant mounds. But whatever the case, there's 2 rows, 17 mounds in each row, 4 potatoes to a mound. 4 potato seeds, I should say, the seed tubers. And this row here on the left, I rototilled a strip 5 feet wide for that row. And on this right, I rototilled a strip 4 feet wide. And you can see we've pretty much filled up that 4 foot wide. And the 5 foot wide, I like that better if I do this again, and I'm pretty sure I will do it again based on what's happening so far. I'll go with 5 foot wide. I think that's the right size. Gives me lots of soil to mound up. It's really no effort more than a 4 foot wide to use the wheel hoe in. So yeah, you can see that there. And now let's take a closer look at these beautiful, beautiful potato plantings. All right, you can see I've got no damage at all. These are glorious looking. And here's the exciting part. Coming up very soon, we're going to get blossoms. Potato blossoms remind me of Fort Fairfield, Maine, where my grandparents are from. The Potato Blossom Festival in the summer in the fields with rows, not peasant hills, but rows of potatoes. And so I love those blossoms. They're beautiful. And I've got, 5 different kinds of potatoes here. So we'll have different colors of blossoms, I'm sure. And you get the idea. We're just looking really, really good here. You can see I've got really good mounds. If you watched my previous video, you saw me mound these up for the 2nd time. And today I'm going to mound them again, and I'm not going to use the hoe. Okay, so here we are. We're going to do the 3rd hilling, and I've got all my loose soil around. And I didn't cultivate this mound, this soil here, but I really should, because you can't see them, but I can. There's little weeds all through there, starting to come up. So I'm on my knees. I like working on my knees, and I'm just going to cultivate with my fingers like that. And then I'm going to scoop up a little more of this soil and get a nice conical mound all the way around these. Yeah, it's tedious, but it's not an unpleasant task at all. Okay, so that will be my last hilling. There is a point in the lifespan of these potato mounds when these plants will get so high, and probably the weather conditions will be such that they'll flop over, they'll fall over. And then I won't be able to cultivate like I am now. And that's okay. That's just the way of the potato. And we can work with that. As long as we get these hills nice, keep the weed competition down as long as we can, Once these flop over, I'll just let them go. And if necessary, I'll take my weed whacker and come up close and go around. But that's the way it is. They're beautiful now. I'm enjoying them as they are and waiting for those beautiful blossoms to come out. And so there you go. I want to say also, I should say, that I have fertilized these. You've seen me, my process for fertilizing in previous videos. 2 days ago, I put 2 dipper scoops of the comfrey solution into each of these plants, and I also used a fish seaweed concentrate with my watering can and gave these a good foliar feed. So that may be a big part of the reason why they're looking so good. I've been diligent about getting the fertilizer to them. So there you go, folks. That's a status report on the pre-industrial peasant mound potato planting technique.